Greetings Netrunners and welcome to the next part of our look at the Universe of Tomorrow datapack, the final datapack in the Sand cycle. Today we're looking at the corp cards, starting with the Hasbiroid. First we have Cybernetics Quartz, Asset Facility Ritzy, cost of 0, your maximum hand size increased by 4. And being able to hold 9 cards in your hand is always good. Cost of 5 to trash, and this expansion is all about the assets. Let's have a look at the next one, which is Team Sponsorship, cost of 1 asset. When you score an agenda, you may install a card from Archives or HQ, ignoring the install cost. So, when you finally get to score one of your agendas, suddenly you're getting back that card that the runner trashed earlier, or you had to discard, or a piece of ice that you can't afford in your hand. Suddenly, you can have anything you want from Archives or HQ just installed. And all you have to do is score your agenda. And unless the runner wants to pay for it to trash it, they're probably going to leave it alone. Next we have Jinteki, and this is their new identity, Kronos Protocol, Selective Mind Mapping, Identity Division. For the first net damage the runner suffers each turn, you may look at the runner's grip and select the card that is trashed. Now, let me just say how huge that is for Jinteki damage decks. You're choosing the card the runner has to get rid of. So the card they're holding in their hand that they really want to keep, like a diesel to refill it if they're taking some net damage, you can be the one to make sure that they choose that card to get rid of. And that is going to see a lot of play. Next, playing into the damage theme again, we have Ancestral Imager, a new agenda. Agenda points 1, cost of 3. And whenever the runner jacks out, do 1 net damage. So now, even if they're choosing not to go up against your massive wall of ice and to end the run, you're still doing damage to them. And that also is going to see a lot of play, I think. Next we have Asset Facility Ritzy, Genetic Pavilion. Cost of 1. The runner cannot draw more than 2 cards during his or her turn. Now, of course, there are cards that can let them draw more cards, but from just clicking and drawing cards, suddenly they can't do that more than twice. Another way to limit the amount of cards in their hand to make sure you're really hurting them with that net damage. And at a cost of 5 to trash, it's not going to be cheap for the runners to get rid of. And next we have NBN. Their facility asset, Franchise City, cost of 3. Whenever the runner accesses an agenda, add Franchise City to your score area as an agenda worth 1 agenda point. So this is an asset that the runner would have to pay to get rid of, but it's not really doing anything to hinder them. So is it worth it for them to get rid of? Probably not. But when they access one of your agendas, suddenly they're giving you a free agenda point. And you can have 3 of these in your deck, so that's potential 3 extra agenda points that there's not really much point for the runner to get rid of, because it isn't helping them in any way. Next we have Product Placement, cost of 0, upgrade advertisement. If the runner accesses product placement from R&D, he or she must reveal it. When the runner accesses product placement, the corp gains 2 credits, ignore this effect if product placement is accessed from Archives. So if the runner accesses this from R&D, from your IHQ, or just goes into your servers and gets it, you're getting credits. It costs 2, we're into trash, and all it's doing is basically giving you more money. So you probably will trash it just to stop your economy, but since you can just keep it in your hand and have him keep finding it, it could be a good way to get you a lot of credits. Next we have Whaling Corporation, World's Plaza, asset facility, cost of 2. World's Plaza can host up to 3 assets. Click install an asset from HQ on World's Plaza and res it, lowering its res cost by 2 if able. Now, most assets aren't that expensive, so you could probably get up to 3 assets for free on this, just by clicking. And the cost of 5 to get rid of, it won't be cheap for the runner to get rid of. Although if you've got 3 assets resed on it, it might be a tempting target for them. Next we have Tour Guide. Ice Sentry, cost of 2, strength of 0. Tour Guide has end the run for each frizz asset you have. Now, if we've just looked at the card we've just looked at, World's Plaza can have up to 3 assets on it. So, and it's an asset itself, that's 4 assets right there, and it suddenly has 4 end the run subroutines. It may not have much strength, but in early game, if you've got a lot of assets, suddenly the runner's looking to have to break 4, maybe 5 subroutines just to get through it. Next we have Public Support, an asset, cost of 2. Place 3 power counters on public support when it's resed. When there are no power counters left on public support, add it to your score area, and there's an agenda worth 1 agenda point. When your turn begins, remove 1 power counter from public support. So basically, this is a countdown agenda point. It costs the runner 4 credits to get rid of, and gains them nothing from doing that. All it does would stop you getting an agenda point. And while it's there and ticking down, it's going to be a tempting target. Do they let you get the agenda point? Or do they waste the credits getting rid of it and not going after other things that might be agendas? So it's a great distraction or a great free agenda point for you. And next for the whale, we have the Expo Grid. Upgrade region, cost of 0. When your turn begins, gain 1 credit if there is a res asset installed in the server. Limit 1 region per server. So once again, great with the assets. You have it in the same region as your public support or World's Plaza. Then you're getting free money every turn. And finally, we have the neutral. The future is now agenda. Cost of 3. Agenda points 1. When you score the future is now, search R&D for a card and add it to HQ. Shuffle R&D. So basically, this is just search your deck for anything you like, just for scoring a 3 cost agenda and a free agenda point. So always handy. Right, that's all the cards from the Sand cycle now, guys. We'll be looking into the Mom Bad cycle when that comes up, and the Data and Destiny expansion. See you later. Remember to like and subscribe.